She's
But
better than him.
but
Literally,
again,
literally.
and she says that. But again, to me, if I was writing the story, and this is the reason why I always trail it back to Steven Universe, because Steven Universe does, if you want to call it the woke, I don't really see it as woke, but if you feminism, whatever you want to call it, the way I view it is, if you were trying to, if this was your case, right? If you were a writer and you were trying to do this, why would you not have shown me, right? Instead of, because what she did right here, this is called direct characterization. She is
And show.
directly telling you why she's better than Hulk and why she can control her powers.
Oh, you don't ever do that. Listen, for
No,
That
any,
is
no.
you don't do that.
directly. That
Again,
is
that's why
direct
it was a very
characterization.
on the nose. It was a very on the nose thing, and it's like you're
And I'm
beating
gonna
your
keep it.
reader over the head,
And
That's
to
what you do
me,
with your villains. That's why we hate the
exactly.
villains. That's why we're
And
supposed to
that
hate the villains.
exactly. And to me, this is why. And I'm gonna keep it 100. This is why, to me, whoever wrote this, because I'm still trying to figure out who wrote this, because they say this one that many different articles are saying different people had their hands
Uh,
in this
Next
article.
slide will tell you who wrote it. Actually,
But
the next slide will tell you who wrote it.
to me, the reason why I did not enjoy this was because a lot of what was happening here is a lot of direct characterization. I'm going to tell you instead of showing this character. That line where she says, "Here's the thing, Bruce, I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time." If she would have not said that line, and she would have just, the story would have showed up in the beginning how she was timid, kind of like what John said. She was timid, walking down the street. She was getting catcalled. You can have everything that she said, but instead you had to show her how she was when she was younger, how she was when she was growing up, all the struggles she was as a woman. Maybe if you want to have a different trials and tribulations as she was as a woman, if you want to show us that, and then when it gets to that moment, like just a simple showing of, instead of her telling,
She can
I think
actually tell
even
you.
that is a lot
No,
better than just
she can.
telling
Yeah,
us.
she can actually even tell you once she's earned that shit. Like if like the fans will know when you earn that shit. Like Daenerys Targaryen. Like everybody loved her because she started out in a shitty place under shitty circumstances and she had to persevere through it all to
And
get the
again,
motherfucking top.
again,
Nobody
that's
hates
not
Danny.
that's not direct conversation. Can you imagine if Danny
Man,
came out and
come
be
on, man.
like, and just be like, "Yeah, I got raped and the thing. That's why I'm better than you." What?
That's cringe. Please don't ever say that
What?
again. That's cringe. I think what they could
Some
have done for
some
this
lines again,
moment.
and that's what I'm saying. Some lines don't need to be said.
I'm
Some
glad.
actions are more
I'm
powerful than
glad you said
words.
Hold
that.
on, no, no,
And
no, no,
in
no,
this
I have
case,
one
in this
no,
case,
no.
because I
I'm
have.
I have one
sorry,
better.
but I
You
would
have one
rather
better.
I
Yes,
would
yes.
rather have
Okay,
seen
I
all
have
of
one.
her trials and tribulation as a woman, because I do think this needs to be told. I do think that she is. This is not a male hook. This is a woman hook. So her experiences are different, and they do need to be shown. They do, like, even if you want to show her cat calling or things like that. If you want to add it to her anger, fine, add it. But it needs to be shown instead of telling me. Because when you're telling me, you don't want that. That's why you have so many readers are angry at you right now, because now you're telling them how you're supposed to feel. If you show them, now we are investing in this character because we are walking along with this character and seeing the actions and everything happening to this character, instead of her just straight up telling me, "So I'm an expert of controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you."
Yes, you're gonna tell the guy that suffered PTSD and nearly tried to commit suicide that he
But
controls
again,
your
but
anger better.
again, that's when it
That's
get. But the
really like
moment, but the
okay.
moment you said that, millions of people are like, "Oh, so now you're saying your trauma is less than mine." That's the reason I had with the issue with this writing, is the fact that you did not understand that direct characterization is not the same as indirect characterization.
And
That's
not
the
that,
main issue
know
with
who
this
the fuck
story.
you're talking about too, and
Exactly.
do your
Because
fucking homework
again,
on that.
you're not understanding that this character has so many layers of multifaceted deep roots of her character. You could have explored all of that. You could have explored catcalling. You could, everything that you wanted to do in this character in the limelight of
The
feminism
cat
or
calling they did
woke
in that
or
episode
any
was
of
piss
that.
poor, anyways. The cat calling they did in
That's
that
what
That
I'm
episode.
cat
saying.
calling was
If
very
you if you
stereotypical.
want if
I'm
you
gonna
want
be
like, and
honest.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If you wanted to show this, you couldn't have done it a thousand. You literally could have done a lawyer scene where a guy could come in and be like, oh, "You're a woman lawyer? Shit, I don't need you," and he goes somewhere else. You could have shown that. You could have shown different trials and tribulations of what it is to be a woman, or in this case, just her character in and of itself. But
Keep
you
in mind,
didn't.
this is the first episode. We're only critiquing, folks. So we're not saying again. There's more episodes that are going to come out.
I'm gonna say something.
Uh,
I'm glad that Styles mentioned lines because lines are very important in helping defining what your show is. Believe it or not, when
right.
you don't even think, you might not even think about it, but lines are what helps people even remember you. Star Wars, may the force be with you. I don't watch Star Trek, but I know Live Long and Prosper
Thank
belongs to
you.
Star Trek, right?
Yes, it does.
Spider Man, with great power comes great responsibility. The Mandalorian, this is the way.
Ninja Turtles.
I mean, come on. So, what do we remember when we think of Batwoman? Oh, this
Oh
suit
God,
will fit
it's,
better when it's with a woman.
it's a
That's
woman.
the line you wanted to lead with. That's literally the line you wanted to lead with.
Oh
Versus Batman,
God.
I'm vengeance. I am the night. Like, come on. Like, you wanted to lead with that. Hulk's was, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yes.
That was literally his line for years. Hell, you could even give it to She-Hulk. I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad at
Can
that.
can you? Can
I
you,
mean,
She-Hulk?
you wouldn't like her when she's mad because she can still get mad
I
even as
mean,
She-Hulk.
because after she transforms, she becomes. From what I recall, she becomes this confident
No,
person.
I get
Actually,
it. I get it, but that doesn't mean that she can't ever get angry and act upon her anger.
yeah,
So I'm
that's true.
saying it could still apply. But you wanted to lead with that. You want the show to be remembered for that. Good luck. You'll lose every time.
That and they were
You'll lose every time.
displaying. I think that they were displaying. No, no, I think they were displaying in this show like how she's more balanced and stronger than Hulk. But I'm like, no, actually, the Hulk is supposed to be
But
stronger than her.
I blame
Actually,
I blame them too for
which is like, what the fuck?
making the Hulk look like a chump. He looked like a damn chump. Did in this episode. I ain't gonna lie. You telling me she could run him over with a fucking hum? He's really getting ran over by a fucking jeep.
Didn't he punch in Avengers? He punched that giant thing
Yes,
coming at him,
But
and he
that,
yes.
but
didn't. He barely
again,
moved.
I
again,
said what?
that's what I'm
This is
saying.
some.
Are you really
The
trying to insult
storytelling,
our intelligence?
the storytelling in this show is the reason why I say it's a piss poor story, because
Yeah, it is.
you have a character who you could literally sink your teeth in. You literally have a character who you can explore all these
How do you fuck that
multifacets.
up? How do you fuck that up? How do you mess it up?
Honestly,
Honestly,
that's
you know
the
what's
reason
funny?
what baffles me. How do you mess something
She's
up?
actually one of the most popular tokenized characters. Actually, debate with me or not, but she is. She's the female version of the original character, aka tokenized, and people loved her since day one. And yes, I get it. She's a character that does technically break the fourth wall. It's in the comic books. That I think that I already know they were trying to do this Ally McBee type of thing they were doing in
But that's
this show,
fine.
but
It's
That's
again,
fine, all dandy.
but
But
again, you're not doing it justice because you're direct. This is, you also have to understand something, right? This is the first time you are showing this to a lot of people. A lot of people didn't even know there was a woman Hulk. So
normies didn't.
again,
The normies didn't know
so
actually.
so
That's
again, I ask you, why would you not centralize this? Honestly, I don't even know why we even had her become Hulk the first episode. Why was the first episode not just about Jane? I mean Jen, sorry, not Jane.
I was
Jen.
gonna say
Why wasn't the first episode literally just about her? Think about it. We talk about Hook, right?
right.
Why didn't we see the trials and tribulations or even the drama or the situations that she went on as a
You
woman?
can't show that nowadays
You
because
seem to they seem to forget that character development and growing an attachment slash bond with these characters are extremely important. And what you need is dialogue and you need just giving us something to resonate with these people, with their human, normal, natural,
Could
whatever you want to call it, experiences that we all, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, we can all emphasize, we can all feel it, right? You failed that. You failed with a character that had that. How?
A popular
How?
character, in fact. Again, a popular
again, and
character
that's
everybody
why I
loves.
don't. I guess that's the reason why I'm so upset because, I mean, even if you again, and the reason why I say this is because even if you wanted to call it woke, even if you wanted to say that they had a feminism agenda, fine, do it. But why don't you do it in a way where we are growing with this character? Show the first episode should have been her having a toxic relation with a boyfriend, her being catcalled, a real live catcall, not the catcall you showed in the movie. No, 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 no. Show like how a real life catcall is, so that we can understand how that traumatized her. You can have her be self-conscious, like literally show a episode in the thing, or you can literally show an episode or a scene where she's in the mirror right before she's going to the case, and she's trying to fix herself up and look pretty, while the guys are just not caring about their appearance. That in and of itself shows you that she has to go above and beyond as a lawyer because the men don't have to do that. You can show that. You can show
Yeah,
that.
I can see that.
That could work.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of you telling me, you are showing me what she has to go through as a woman, so that when she gets to Bruce Banner, then that conversation is not that way. You could have her break down in front of him and be like, "You don't understand," da, 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 and then Hulk can come in and be like, "No, I understand because XYZ happened to me." As a family, they both are trying to help each other because they both have some serious trauma.
Right. She can express the what the, like she can express the frustrations that she's deal with, of course, and we want that. Like that's how we all grow to understand each other, but you don't ever say my experience is more than yours.
That's
That's where
that's stupid. That is stupid.
it's like, "Oh, okay. So you think you're better than me."
And it was the line of "you don't know." It was a line where she says, "You have no idea what I go through." The audience does not know
We don't know this
because we
character.
don't know
I
you.
would say, yeah.
We don't know you as an audience because we have the directors or the writers have not shown us what you've been through.
Yes. Yes.
So when
Whereas
you
other
say that
Right.
characters, we
line,
see it. Yes.
exactly. Again, we brought up Daenerys. We can bring up a whole bunch of other characters where we see their struggles and tribulations.
Yes.
Again, the reason why this show
Let,
sucks is
let
not
me
because of everything else. It literally is
let
because
me
the writing, CGI,
let me
and
say
everything
this real
else.
quick. Let me say this real quick. I finally started watching Euphoria
Yeah.
just because I hear all the great things about it. I say, fuck it, let me just
I
finally
s-
watch it.
he was watching it. I
I
saw him
watched the
watching.
first
I
episode.
can't watch that anymore.
Jesus Christ. I said they dedicated 30 fucking minutes, pretty much the whole show, to Zendaya and the old boy, I forgot his name, in the diner, just having dialogue,
Yeah.
an intense dialogue. And you
Yeah.
already from that dialogue pretty much understand and know these characters to
Mm-hmm.
build some kind of attachment to them.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why it was one of the best drama shows, Jay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Well,
saying, yeah, I
I'm
didn't
gonna be
know that,
honest.
but I
I
understood
do
after
have some
watching it.
I do have some issues with Euphoria, but that's a whole different. I do think the dialogue in there is phenomenal. I do think the writing in there is phenomenal, but I do think that there is some double standards when you are hypersexualizing teenagers.
Okay, well,
That
see,
yeah.
And
that's another
that's a whole
that's another
different
yeah,
conversation
That's
that
a
I
yeah,
don't
different
want
yeah.
to get
thing.
into. But
So
I do agree what you're saying with the idea of that scene, like that scene alone where they're talking about real, like that's deep. That is
Yes,
real deep
dialogue,
embedded
dialogue.
dialogue. That is
Yes,
great. It is gritty. It is raw. It is real. You are understanding what these characters are going through. We don't
right.
have that in
Even
TV.
if you've never had, even if you've never gone through it, you understand, and that's what I'm saying. You don't need to tell us how much of a feminist or whatever you are because of whatever, like, we you can't insult the audience's intelligence. That's one of the worst things you can do, is try to do that and just expect us to just be okay with it, They'd be like, yeah, they're fine. Even as a kid, I questioned a lot of things. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is this shit right here? Like, are you serious? I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. Like,
I think from the